Due to the opioid epidemic, more and more grandparents have been taking care of their grandchildren in recent years. One mother on the East Coast had been struggling with an addiction of hers, which led to her daughter living with her parents for the following 8 years. Then, about a year ago, things changed.
I stopped caring about my family. I didn't stop loving them, but I stopped, wanting to do the normal things that people do, like call your mom and say hi, or, everything was about getting that next fix. And for me, I don't know, it was hard to live that way. That drug basically kind of like stuffs me down into a hole and like wants to keep me there. I feel like my whole life changed. Just sheer change, like thinking about change was a struggle. In addition to pretty much like motivating to do anything, I was tired. I didn't want to live the way I was living. I didn't want to like feel ill and like physically in pain and like fever, like just ill without it. That was like a daily thing, but you can get out of it. The real like thing that I just knew I couldn't not do, I couldn't live without doing this, was because my daughter was getting older, and even though it was always just her and I I lived alone for a long time with her in active addiction. Things kind of fell apart. When I was on drugs, I remember as a child how it used to feel like being out in nature and being with my family and laughing and like just playing games with your brother and sister. And I would try to feel something then and like be so afraid it would never come back. So that's another driving force. Like I wanted to feel something again, even if it was bad, good, whatever, just something.
Savannah was tired of spending money she didn't even have, and also wondered how she was able to even afford living. She told her family, "I'm gonna go to rehab, I'm gonna get clean." The facilities told her that she's been clean for 35 days, which means they can't cover her. But eventually, in February of that year, she was able to admit herself into rehab.
Since Savannah has been in recovery, the changes that I've noticed, between the time that she was using and now, are that she's first of all, she's much more alert. Savannah's somebody for whom her relationships have always been really important. In my perception, that's really been motivating to her. But in her addiction, she was not able to follow through on the behaviors that reinforced those connections and that built on them. So, that was really crippling in several ways. One, because that meant that her support system could not support her in the way that was most effective. She had to go through what she had to go through. Because I think that the healing thing for all of us is through connection with others. And it's not always easy to find somebody that you can connect with. But really that's the thing to focus on and not give up hope. So it might be a teacher, it might be a friend, it might be a neighbor, it might be anyone that you can trust and support you in finding a way to feel better about yourself, to feel like you have some power over important things in your life.
Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogenics. My cigarette burnt my finger 'cause I forgot I lit it. Ripping with my sinners 'cause fuck it, man, I ain't no beginner. And then I crawled back to the life that I said I wouldn't live in. 'Cause I just couldn't open up, I'm always shifting. Go find yourself a man who's strong and tall and Christian.